Well, you may have seen me out, but I would never put myself in a position to get hurt or be caught. I would never hold hands or do anything improper in public. So everything I did personally was private. I made sure of that. I won't send a naked picture, a naked video, anything because it may possibly get out, and I didn't want to take that chance back then. Now, who cares? But
The moment DA Brat stepped into the spotlight, she felt the weight of the world pressing down on her shoulders. She was about to reveal something deeply painful and personal, something that had shattered everything she thought she knew about her relationship with Judy. The betrayal had been too much to bear, and now, it was time for the world to know the truth. I never imagined I'd be standing here, telling the world what happened, but I can't keep it hidden anymore, DA Brat began, her voice trembling with emotion. What Judy did broke me, and I'm done pretending like it didn't. The truth has to come out. The crowd sat in silence, as DA Brat took a deep breath, preparing to share the devastating reality of Judy's affair. This isn't just about a relationship ending, it's about a betrayal that cuts deep. And I can't let her lie to everyone anymore. DA Brat's voice quivered as she spoke about the devastation she felt when she discovered Judy's affair. I thought I knew everything about Judy. I thought we were stronger than anything, DA Brat shared, her voice breaking as she tried to hold back tears. But when I found out about the affair, everything I thought was real came crashing down. The weight of her words was heavy, as she paused to gather her thoughts. I loved Judy with everything I had. But she took that love and threw it away. DA Brat wiped a tear away, her eyes filled with the raw emotion of betrayal. It wasn't just that she cheated, it was the fact that she kept it from me. The lies, the deception, the way she acted like nothing was wrong. That's what hurts the most. DA Brat's voice grew quieter as she spoke about the pain of realizing that the woman she trusted most in the world had betrayed her. I never saw it coming. I never thought she'd be capable of something like this.
love Judy.
I'm Jessica Dupart. A lot of people know me as Judy. I am the owner of Kaleidoscope Hair Products. To date, the company's probably made close to $40 million. Also birthed Kaleidoscope Realty, Kaleidoscope Management, Kaleidoscope Cares, Kaleidoscope Shipping and Receiving. Yeah, all of that.
The moment DA Brat discovered the affair was a moment she would never forget. I didn't want to believe it, DA Brat recalled, her voice heavy with disbelief. But when I started piecing things together, it all came into focus. The late nights, the strange texts, the unexplained behavior, it all added up to one thing. And when I saw the messages, I knew everything I feared was true. DA Brat's eyes lowered as she reflected on the painful realization. She had been hiding it from me for so long, and I couldn't believe she had the audacity to lie about it. I thought we had a solid foundation, but it was all built on a lie. DA Brat's anger simmered as she spoke about the emotional betrayal of it all. I never imagined she'd cheat on me. And even worse, she tried to cover it up like it was nothing. But I wasn't going to let that slide. I couldn't just sit back and let her get away with this. The heartbreak in her voice was evident as she shared the devastating moment she found the truth. That's when everything changed. I couldn't look at her the same way anymore. The emotional toll of Judy's affair was impossible to ignore. DA Brat struggled to hold it together as she talked about how the betrayal had shattered her trust. It's one thing to hear about betrayal, it's another thing entirely to live it, DA Brat said, voice thick with sorrow. I gave Judy everything. My love, my trust, my heart. And she took it and stomped on it. DA Brat's words were raw, her emotions still fresh as she spoke. When you trust someone as deeply as I trusted Judy, you never expect them to hurt you like this. You never expect them to lie to your face. But that's exactly what happened. DA Brat's pain was evident as she spoke about the impact of the affair. I felt like I didn't know who Judy was anymore. She wasn't the woman I thought I loved. She wasn't the person I thought I could trust with my heart. And that hurt more than the affair itself. DA Brat shook her head in disbelief. I don't know how you rebuild from that. I don't know how you come back from being lied to by the one person you trusted the most. The discovery of the affair came like a blow to DA Brat, and she vividly remembered how everything unfolded. I wasn't looking for it, but I started noticing things, small things. The way she acted distant, the secretive behavior, the late-night phone calls, DA Brat explained. And then one day, I walked into the room and saw the proof. It wasn't just a suspicion anymore, it was reality. I saw the messages, and in that moment, everything changed. DA Brat's face tightened with anger as she recounted that painful moment. It was like the ground fell out from under me. How could she do this? How could she betray me like this after everything we had? Brat let out a long sigh. I had trusted Judy with everything, and that's how she repaid me. By lying to my face, by keeping me in the dark while she was with someone else. I felt stupid for not seeing it sooner. I felt like I had been living a lie. When Brat confronted Judy about the affair, the emotional weight of the situation was immediately clear. Judy's response was a complicated mixture of guilt, defensiveness, and denial, which only seemed to deepen the hurt Brat was already feeling. At first, Judy didn't even try to apologize. Brat shared, her voice rising with frustration as she reflected on Judy's initial reaction. She tried to deny it, to act like it wasn't as big of a deal as I was making it out to be. Judy's first instinct was to downplay the situation, dismissing the gravity of her actions and acting as if it were a trivial matter that didn't warrant the intense emotional response Brat was having. It was as if she couldn't or wouldn't understand why Brat was so hurt by the betrayal. She kept saying it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. But I wasn't buying it. Brat continued, her anger clear as she recounted Judy's attempt to minimize the affair. For Brat, this was one of the most painful aspects of the confrontation, the way Judy tried to convince her that what had happened was inconsequential. To Brat, it wasn't just about the affair. It was about the trust that had been broken and the emotional toll it had taken. The attempt to make it seem like it didn't matter was an insult to Brat, as if her feelings and the depth of their relationship were being dismissed so easily. Judy's denial only served to add fuel to the fire, making Brat feel even more betrayed. She tried to tell me that she was sorry, that it was a one-time thing, that it didn't mean anything. Brat explained, her tone thick with disbelief. Judy's attempt to apologize seemed empty, as though it were just another way to sweep the situation under the rug without truly addressing the core issue. But how could I believe her? How could I trust anything she said after that? Brat's voice grew colder as she spoke, the deep emotional betrayal evident in her words. The foundation of trust that had once held their relationship together had been completely shattered, and no amount of excuses or explanations could undo the damage. Brat couldn't bring herself to believe anything Judy said after that. Everything felt tainted by the betrayal. What was most hurtful to Brat was not just the affair itself, but the way Judy responded to it. Judy didn't understand the depth of what she had done, Brat said, her voice tinged with sorrow. It wasn't just about the physical act of infidelity, it was about the emotional consequences of the betrayal. Judy seemed to fail to grasp the profound hurt she had caused, not just by being unfaithful, but by attempting to cover it up and make excuses. She didn't get that it wasn't just about the affair, it was about the lies, the betrayal, and the way she tried to cover it all up, Brat continued. The secrecy, the lies, and the attempts to protect herself by downplaying the affair were what hurt the most. It was as if Judy was more concerned about preserving her own image than fully acknowledging the pain she had caused Brat. This inability or unwillingness to truly own up to her actions only deepened Brat's sense of betrayal. It wasn't just the affair, it was the way Judy had tried to erase the significance of it, as if it didn't matter or wasn't a big deal. Brat shook her head, the bitterness and frustration still raw in her voice. There's no excuse for what she did. She can apologize all she wants, but the damage is done, she said, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. In that moment, Brat realized that no matter how many times Judy apologized, it would never be enough to heal the wounds that had been inflicted. The damage wasn't just something that could be patched up with a few words. It was deep, it was lasting, and it couldn't be undone. Judy's apology, no matter how sincere, was ultimately meaningless because the trust that had been the foundation of their relationship was irreparably broken. Brat had spent so much time trying to believe in their love, in their future together, but now she understood that there was no coming back from what had happened. As Brat reflected on Judy's response, the pain of the situation was overwhelming. She had loved Judy, trusted her, and believed in their bond. But now, that trust had been broken, and it wasn't just the affair that Brat couldn't get past. It was the way Judy had reacted, the way she had tried to minimize the situation and deny the depth of the harm. Judy's failure to fully take responsibility for what she had done left Brat with no choice but to accept that the relationship was beyond repair. The apology, the justifications, the defensiveness, they all felt like nothing more than a way for Judy to absolve herself of guilt without truly confronting the gravity of her actions. Brat spoke about the emotional fallout from Judy's affair and how it changed their relationship forever. We couldn't go back after that, Brat admitted. The trust was gone, and once that's gone, there's no rebuilding it. DA Brat's voice was filled with grief as she reflected on how the affair had affected her relationship with Judy. I didn't recognize the person I was looking at anymore. Judy wasn't the person I thought I knew, and the damage she caused was irreversible. DA Brat paused, looking down. Every time I saw her, I saw the lies. I couldn't look at her the same way anymore. I didn't know if I could ever look at her the same way again. DA Brat's emotions were overwhelming as she talked about the emotional distance that grew between them. How do you move forward after something like that? How do you rebuild when the foundation has been completely destroyed? The public's response to DA Brat's revelation was swift and full of support. Fans flooded social media with messages of sympathy, outrage, and encouragement for DA Brat. "I can't believe Judy did this to DA Brat," one fan tweeted. "She deserves so much better. I'm heartbroken for her." Another fan wrote, "DA Brat is so strong for sharing this. She doesn't deserve this kind of betrayal." Celebrities also chimed in, offering their support for DA Brat. DA Brat is a fighter, and she deserves someone who respects her and treats her right, one celebrity shared. "What Judy did to her was unforgivable. I stand with DA Brat." The overwhelming support from fans and celebrities highlighted just how much DA Brat was loved and admired, and it proved that the public was behind her in her time of heartbreak. Despite the devastation, DA Brat is determined to move forward. "I'm not going to let this break me," DA Brat shared with strength in her voice. "I've been through a lot, and this is just another obstacle I'm going to overcome. I will heal, and I will rise above this." DA Brat's resilience was clear as she talked about her plans for the future. "I'm focusing on myself now. I've learned that I can't control other people's actions, but I can control how I respond to them. And I'm choosing to move forward, to heal, and to find happiness again." DA Brat's eyes shone with determination as she shared her plans to reclaim her peace of mind. "This experience won't define me. I'm going to come out of this stronger than ever before." If DA Brat's story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about DA Brat's strength in facing this heartbreaking betrayal? We'd love to hear from you.